Good morning to each of you. Do any of you remember what we are focusing on during worship this summer? Rocks. We focused on rocks during Bible school this past week, didn't we? Right? Okay. Hold that thought, Ellie. We are focusing on rocks, but what else in the bigger church? Living rocks, you're getting, yes, that's part of it too. Okay, maybe we need a clue. I think most of you were at Bible school, and you were finding clues throughout the whole week because you were detectives of divinity, right? Okay, so there are 3 clues behind you, so I need someone to find the blue clue. Ian, can you read that one? And I'll repeat it in case people can't hear what you say.
The word has 5 syllables.
Okay, this is our first clue. The word that is what we're focusing on in worship this summer has 5 syllables. So, Anyone have a guess? If you can finish this as hospitality. Yes. Okay. All right. So we've been learning about hospitality, this hospitality stuff, and how we are called by God to offer hospitality, and how Jesus and others show us how to do this and how the Holy Spirit helps us. Okay, let's find another clue. Does someone have a yellow clue? Kiara, can you read your clue?
Hospitality comes from the Latin word hostis, which means both guests and
Host. Okay. Hospitality comes from the Latin word hospice or hospice, which means both guest and host. So maybe sometimes hospitality means that we're sometimes the guest and sometimes the host. Or maybe we need to be ready to be either one. Okay, so what does this have to do with rocks and this friend of mine here? Okay, let's look for another clue. Does someone have a purple clue? Ellie, okay.
I have 2 names. Well, one kind has 3 names. Oh, I kind of have. Oh, I am friends.
Okay, so what Ellie read was, I have 2 names. I kind of have 3 names. And I'm a friend of Jesus too. So this, that's a kind of strange clue, isn't it? But it has to do with our friend here, my friend here. So, do any of you remember a story, if you were at Bible school, about somebody who has 3 names? Or someone who started with 1 name and then was given a new one, and the new one also has a nickname. Anything? Okay. So there's some more clues here. All right. And I know
Is it on the rock?
it's on the rock here. So I'm going to have it wait. I'm going to tell you what order to pull the clues here, so we'll get closer. Okay, Micah, can you pull off that yellow? I have to remember pink, I'm sorry. Okay, that clue says, you can pull it off. Yeah. What does it say? Sigh? Okay. What does that mean? Okay. Sigh. We're getting closer. All right. Can you pull that one off, Max, the green one? Simon says. Okay. Do you want to pull the next one, Ben?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh?
Yeah, Simon, so? That's not Simon says, is it? Okay.
So.
Mara, do you want to pull the purple ones off? Simon, son of Jonah. Who's Simon, son of Jonah? Peter, yes. Okay, let's pull these. Jasmine, you want to pull the blue ones off? Oh, they're not coming off very easily. Simon, Petras, Petrus or Peter. So Simon, son of Jonah, was one of Jesus' disciples. That was his given family name. And then Jesus gave him this name, Petrus or Peter. Okay, what do you think the nickname for Petrus, Peter, is? Someone want to pull off the pink ones? Rock. Okay. This is starting to make some sense now, right? Okay. All right, you can back up just a little bit. Okay. Well, what does this have to do? What does hospitality and rocks and Peter have to do with each other? Well, I'll tell you. As I was thinking about some of the what do you think, Max?
We are talking about rock.
Yes.
And Peter is a name of rock, so
Yes.
we're basically we're talking about Peter.
We're talking about Peter, the rock that Jesus wanted to build the church upon, right? So that was one of the stories this week at Bible school. And as I was thinking about it, I thought that both Peter and Jesus are big models for us of hospitality. Peter was full of flaws and he made lots of mistakes, but Jesus called him to be a disciple anyway. And he called him by his given name, Simon, son of Jonah. And then as he got to know him and he taught him and became friends with him, he gave him a new name. He helped him to become who he could be and gave him this new name, Petrus, because he believed in him. And he thought that the church, even though Simon, son of Jonah, now Peter, had some struggles along the way, he became a great church leader because of the friendship and the teaching that happened between them. And the other part is that when Peter became this leader, he was someone who showed lots of hospitality. He connected with both Jewish people and Gentiles, and he helped people in different churches to try to understand one another and get along with one another. And then Peter keeps giving the invitation, just like Jesus did, to keep coming. And you talked about, someone said living rocks or living stones, right? And that's what Peter talked about in 1 Peter, was we come to Jesus, who is the living stone, and as we come to Jesus, we're invited to become living stones ourselves, and then to keep inviting others. And so that is how this connects with hospitality. Okay, let's leave our friend Peter here to sit with us, and we are going to sing our prayer today, and Jonathan is going to lead us in Like a Rock. And I know some of you learned motions to this, didn't you? And so if you want to stand up and sing and show and invite the congregation to do the motions as well, let's sing this together, Like a Rock.